maybe this is a big mistake making this video, but it's 11:12 on a Friday and I'm home in my driveway and my keychain is a little bit lighter because I got fired today. And I just fucking hate this feeling, you know. It's because my temper got the best of me sometimes, and you know, you can't raise your voice anymore, and because people think you're gonna do something violent when it's just frustrating, you know. I suffer from bipolar, depression, and anxiety, and sometimes my emotions get the best of me, and I'm working on it. You know, I worked in a nursing home. I guess I could say that now, right? Because I don't work there anymore. But it was tough. It was the first time I've ever worked in that setting. And it was a for-profit nursing home. So there's a lot of great, I'm being sarcastic, a lot of great things that happen in a for-profit healthcare setting. I did it because I wanted to, like, do something in an industry where they need help and people just don't seem to give a fuck, you know, from here to the top management to the people that invest in companies like that. It's awful. And so I met some good people, and it really hurt me sometimes to go up and visit with the, I didn't do my, I was a driver and I was the supply person, so I'd order supplies. But you get to know people, you know, the patients and the residents or whatever. Ones with memory care, you know, you get to meet them every day, and they, you know, it's like, hey, how you doing? You know, and you met me yesterday, but you don't remember. And they're in various states of, you know, Alzheimer's and the like, and it's sad to see people like months ago, you know, were able to communicate and then they're not, and that was tough on me, you know. That just tore me up, but I wanted to just continue to work there and do what I can do. I'm not a CNA or a nurse or anything, so I didn't have to deal with what they have to deal with, but it was just nice to be able to take them to appointments. Sometimes they wouldn't, you know, that was the only time they got out. It was when I took them to a doctor's appointment, you know, when they would talk to me about their lives. And it made it hard for me to feel sorry for myself when someone with no family and nothing, you know, the clothes on their backs, would come into a facility and then be stuck there because they can't find placement, or they can't go home because their landlord, foreclosed on them when they were in the hospital. So it was hard for me to be like, oh, I think I have it bad, you know, when they had it much worse. And I'll miss them. But I lost my temper, and you can't raise your voice anymore, especially if you're a man in a setting where there's a lot of women. And I'm not trying to be sexist, I'm just saying that traditionally that is a bad thing. There was a lot of situations where my PTSD from childhood stuff would enter into my work and then make people like go, whoa, what the hell's the matter with him? You know, being stuck in a closet. I'm in a closet, you know, putting briefs in the closet and putting supplies in the closet, you know, and then someone comes into the closet, you know, and I'm like, what the fuck, you know? That is something that was a trigger for me, you know, and all of a sudden I'm the bad person, and, you know, I understand, but my reactions were my reactions, and I know today is a different day than it was years ago. So I would just react, and then people would say, what's the matter with that guy? And then pretty soon it became a thing. When you have a like bipolar and other emotional things, that's not taken into account at work. You know, if you came to work and you had one leg and they asked you to run, you know, you'd say, well, I have one leg, you know, I can't run. Maybe they wouldn't even ask you. But when you have bipolar and emotional problems, that's your fault. And I can't continue to like just keep doing this sometimes. It really is. It's hard, and I'm sorry that sometimes you get like too personal with the video sometimes, you know. But I want a record of this, you know. I want to be able to, maybe one person understands that. I don't know, maybe nobody gives a fuck, but I try to give a fuck sometimes, and sometimes I can't even give a fuck. So I know there would be other opportunities. There's always a need for transportation drivers, you know, and maybe you'd be up front, you know. And like when I took this job and they hired me right away, they asked me if I had suffered from any kind of, you know, mental health issues. And of course, what do you say? You say no, because you don't want, you know, that to be count. You don't want that to count against you. But, you know, everyone says, well, maybe you should have said yes so that they have a little better understanding of where you're at. But you don't know what to do, you know. And when you're having these kind of problems, you can't leave work because you need to pay, you know. And I talked about that before. But it's not a happy day. I knew it was coming. I think I just felt like it was coming, and I had threatened to quit so many times because of what I saw, you know, in a for-profit healthcare situation in a nursing home, where already, you know, it's not the best way to treat our most vulnerable in society. And I would speak up, and sometimes I would speak up loud, you know. I said, I'm not taking this person, they're not dressed, you know, or I'm not gonna, you know, put up with, you know, them sending me out with someone who's not, you know, fully with it, because if something goes wrong, I might, you know, I have no training. I don't know what to do. You know, if someone has a seizure, I don't even have CPR training. I guess I could try to figure that out, you know, like from TV, like, oh, you press on the chest, CPR, and you don't blow in their mouth anymore. See, I don't know. We had a Recessa Annie back in high school, but that was in the 80s. You don't do that anymore. But see, I've never had any training. So when they did not send me out with nurses or CNA, you know, I would speak up, and maybe I should have been more quiet. So, I don't know, but I just wanted to put this out there in the universe. I don't know, you know, and, you know, maybe it's embarrassing to watch, or maybe it's embarrassing for me to even post this, but I think it's important, and I'll get another job, and hopefully won't be so sensitive, and maybe I learned a lesson that you can no longer express yourself in certain ways. And it's not like I was, you know, horrible. It was just that when something was wrong, I spoke up. And I realized that that's, you know, something that you have to do very carefully. And I wasn't very careful because of my own insecurities and problems and sensitivities. So anyway, I hope future employers don't watch this, because they're going to be like, why should I hire that fucking guy? I have to use my comedy and my music, not my comedy, but I have to, like, you know, listen to comedy and listen to music and feel better about the world. But it's harder and harder to feel better about the fucking world when it's falling apart, you know. I guess I could feel sorry for the world, but if I feel sorry for the world, maybe that'll make it less easy for me to feel sorry for myself, and then make it better for me to propel myself forward to just keep going. But it's been a tough day, and it's only 11:22 on a Friday. Oh boy, I had to call my wife and tell her, yeah, I lost a job. And I don't know what to tell my daughter. I'm about to go inside, so we'll figure something out. Daddy doesn't feel good. You know, that's what we have to say. You know, I don't feel good. When it's like, okay, end video, start looking for job. Anybody needs a comedy writer with emotional problems who can also write tragedy and pathos, whatever the fuck that is, let me know. I need a job. Talk to you later. Bye.